Capitalists will tell you that we don't have that. But nature, we are different than nature, where nature has a balance where people like we got to work against our good nature. We live in an abhorrent world. That's why people are unhappy, because we're going against our human nature, which is actually we want to work towards the happiness of each other, and we want to be around each other and build things that bring us together and bring about the happiness of people. And that's why we're sad. That's why we get angry. And wars happen because people try to find simple answers to complex problems. And unfortunately, there are a lot of simple answers to complex problems, but those are so obscured by complex propaganda that the wars will happen, and one group of people that want peace and justice will murder another group of people that want peace and justice, while the capitalist laughs. So, as I always say, Jay Gould said, I can hire one half of the working class to kill the other. Don't let Jay Goulds of the world do that. He was a disgusting person. And to be clear, um, just know like there's no group of people on planet Earth that is irredeemable, and there's no group or race or religion of people anywhere on an individual basis that can't be better. Zetkin tells us that there's people that are fascists, and when we see fascists, they're like apes. And they're humans, but they're apes. And if they just like grab their humanity and just shed that fascism, they'd be humans again. And you can almost see it happen in MAGA when people shed that thing. And that's why I thought, like, how ironic that Donald Trump, the racist pig, made the Obamas, who I have no love lost for the Obamas, Obama, warmonger, drone president, um, corporate. I digress. But when he made that disgusting video of them as apes, that's disgusting. That trope is disgusting. But I thought, how ironic, because it's really the fascists that are the apes that could be humans, like Claire Zetkin said. Should you see these people that walk around like people like you and me? But just like people like us, when we see each other, we know. People who know. We know when we see them. But they could know too. And when they do know, when you see someone become enlightened, you know, because it's on their face. And then you know that they found the simple answer to the complex problem, but it's the right answer, not the answer that's pushed on them. Because if it was simple enough to where we could say, like, people that are born with big noses and green eyes and fuzzy hair and chubby frames are the evildoers. If we could all know like who these people are, we could find them and be like, okay, you guys are going to this other place. We're going to send you to an island to all live with yourselves. So life's not that complex. And like a brain tumor, evil worms its way in. And when I say evil, I mean banal evil, whether you're talking about serial killers, you're talking about greed, war, violence, vice, misery, drug addiction, anything that is like a bane or a horror on society, from gang violence, cartels in Mexico, all of these evils, in one way or another, these rivers of blood are flowing from the beating heart of capitalism. And every problem on planet Earth, with a few exceptions being like natural disease, natural disaster, mankind, we could build a world that is equipped for the happiness of our fellows. And at least in this world where we never know what's going to come flying out of space, we never know what diseases are going to be around, we never know like if some building's going to collapse or a fire, all the worries on planet Earth, is there not some moment in our history where the people collectively, bravely, and with public demand say, this is going to be a world where we will bind up the brokenhearted, we will feed the hungry? And what will be the sacrifice that we make to have this? What is the sacrifice? It's not that we have to slaughter a great group of people. We don't need to make great machines. all we need to do is no longer abide the rich. We don't need to murder the rich. We don't need to go to war against them. But we need to demand, and we need to let them know that we're not going anywhere. And if they don't listen, we need to ask harder. And then we need to ask harder. And anything that